be my home base, and like with the money I save, hopefully not spending rent, it's super cool that you can get like an Airbnb for a month. So I'm thinking like, you know, when I get bored, I get homesick easily-ish. So if I don't pay rent and I live here, but I, you know, want to go out and do something, if I want to get a lot of stuff done in LA, but I don't want to make the commitment of moving, then I can, like, obviously after the global pandemic, get an Airbnb somewhere for a month. You can get an Airbnb for a month in Tokyo for so cheap, which obviously I wouldn't go now because I come from America, where even if I'm being good with wearing a mask, other people are not, and I wouldn't, you know, want to make it unsafe. I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but I went to Tokyo for like almost 3 weeks last year, and I was like, I want to stay longer, and that hasn't happened with a lot of places I've traveled to, because like when I travel, I kind of like to like live my life like I normally would a lot of the times. I don't know if that makes any sense. As in, I don't like doing, I don't know, I don't like sitting on a beach. I hate sitting on a beach. Oh my god, I could not. Maybe it's the ADHD I have, I don't know, but that sounds so boring to me, but I loved Tokyo because it just felt like I was living my life like I normally would, but with a completely new culture surrounding me, and, you know, I could still do all the same stuff I was doing before, but just in a totally new and different environment. Like, I like doing that and just kind of, like, living and feeling residential versus, like, only going to the touristy spots or, like, just sitting on a beach at a hotel. Like, I'm so dumb. Not dumb, just, like, I'm not the type of person that likes, like, a tropical vacation. I'm like, okay, I live in Florida. Like, I want to go somewhere cool for the culture. And it was cool because, like, you know, could go about my day and then, like, walk down a street dedicated to, like, selling, you know, different, like, just, like, anime figurines, like, a whole fucking street. And it was so sick. Anyways, I love Tokyo. End of conversation. My dad thinks it's boring, and I'm like, well, it's probably because you're boring. No, I'm kidding. But also their style, it can be a little expensive to shop from Japanese stores from the US. Like, the shipping will almost cost more than, you know? But it was so cool going into, like, almost every single store and realizing, number one, how much watching anime way too young, like, actually changed my style, but also, I guess, like, you know, sometimes I feel like I have to search, American stores to find stuff that's really, like, my style. Depends, but in Japan, like, everything just screamed me and my style. I fucking love tennis skirts, in case you couldn't tell, and knee-high socks, and, Tokyo is full of that shit, so overall, I mean, and obviously, you know, visiting temples and being respectful and stuff like that, but I definitely like to just kind of live my life and do things I would do at home, but in a totally new culture. Anyways, the music video is coming out this Saturday, so if you just came to this live stream, if you could click the countdown. Basically, I just found this out, like, 2 months ago, but if you set a countdown on your Instagram story, and if you click it, so even if you don't stand me, no, you click the countdown, and it will actually give you a reminder as to when, the countdown is over. So, you know, I know even, like, when some of my favorite people or artists I love, you know, if they're releasing something, sometimes I just, like, don't remember the date. I'm, like, also an airhead of a person, unfortunately. So, you know, it totally depends. Being an airhead is, you know, a great thing and a fucking horrible thing for me. I'm the most disorganized, but, like, I consider myself to be very creative. I feel as if I go through random, like, spurts of insane, like, I guess, insane focus on one thing. Like, I'll start playing guitar and I'll not even realize I play for like 4 hours. Just stuff like that. So I don't know if anyone else relates to that, but yeah. And I feel bad because I like don't always, I'm notoriously known by every single one of my friends for being a really horrible texter, and it is not intentional at all. And like, I'm either like a really, really good texter, or I'm absolutely like, you're not hearing from me for 4 days, and it's just like how my brain works. It's even more annoying in, you know, my life. For example, yesterday I could not even have like the the motivation to like wash my face all day until 7 p.m. And then today I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like a 10-step skincare routine. I'm ranting about nothing. Okay. Let's read some questions. What's your next video gonna be? So I was gonna upload it over the weekend, but my editor is going through something really scary right now, and obviously, you know, in that situation, uploading a YouTube video is not the main priority. Her safety is. So, I was not able to get an editor in time, and I found an editor. She's super sweet. She's been, a subscriber for a while. So, my next video will probably be after the music video, I'm thinking, but I actually really like it. I don't know, it might get mixed a bit, not really mixed. Okay, so basically, I kind of like have seen this trend going on where people, like, they answer TMI questions, like, things that you're quote-unquote scared to ask your mom, and I don't know, I was thinking about it, like, growing up, there were obviously questions I guess I was scared to ask my mom or an adult, whatever, and if, like, someone that I follow and, like, trust, and someone that feels like a big sister, I guess, or if you're, you know, the same age as me, whatever it is, was telling me that, so I wanted, like, kind of like a chill, and it's not, like, overly inappropriate, it's just, like, you know, I feel like just stuff that people should know, so that's the next video, and I really like it. It was really cute, and Fender's in it, so I have a feeling, like, all the comments are gonna be like, sorry, I didn't watch you at all, because I was distracted by how cute your cat is, which is unfortunate, but, but understood, because he is super fucking cute, but problematic, very problematic. He knows certain things he does that are cute and are my weakness, and he'll do them more often because he knows he can get away with other shit if he follows it up with that. He's too fucking smart. My kitten, if you don't know. Okay. Which YouTuber have you watched the most this week? Ooh, I don't know. I haven't been watching as much YouTube as I should. I've been watching a lot of Nikki DMart, Nikki's videos, because I just am obsessed with her style, and it's kind of like, just, she does a lot of fashion videos right now, and honestly, that's kind of where I want to take a lot of my channel. I want to start doing fashion videos, but she's very creative with it, and I just want to dress like her. She dresses like a really cool, like, 90s baddie, and, I've been watching a lot of her videos. She'll just do, like, I don't know, love that. I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. I've been watching, like, random music videos. I started watching this video about how to have a mental glow up. I really need to link it. It was so good. Like, this girl was, like, fucking hitting it on the head, and I liked it because it was a mental glow up sort of thing. But, like, she would say shit, and I was like, oh my god, she's so fucking right. I, like, definitely need to find that video. She was a boss bitch. What was her, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of her videos, too, because, like, they're just her sitting down, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I love videos like that because, it's not necessarily about, like, seeing things visually, so it's almost like a podcast, and you can kind of have it playing while you just do other stuff. So, love that as well. That was really good. I need to find that mental glow up video. That was really good. I've been, like, trying to look up, like, random, I've been obsessed with these, like, slow reverb versions of songs. If you ever, like, I found them from TikTok, honestly. Like, I heard the slowed down version of Super Freak, which is, I've done like 8 videos to if you follow me on TikTok, and I was like, I found out there's a whole community of people that just slow down and reverb songs, and they honestly sound better. And also, I'm like, at least right now, like, I sing a little bit lower, so it's kind of nice because I can sing songs I normally wouldn't be able to sing, like if I want to sing along to a song. But you know, it's, yeah, that's what's cool. It's slowed down, so it's easier for me to sing sometimes, which is cool. Can you say happy birthday? Happy birthday! A look, thank you. This is my face makeup. Nothing really that special about it. Honestly, I don't wear makeup probably a lot more than people realize, and it's because, like, makeup doesn't make me look too different, I guess. Like, if you guys saw my, that sounds pretentious, but it's not. It's also the fact that, like, I get lash extensions, and that is the basis of my beauty. That is the like, everything I do is just to accentuate that. I love my lash. I honestly, like, I have nothing against anyone that gets work done, but I just love getting my lashes done. It's like my one thing I need to do, because number one, I hate the feeling of wearing like false lashes, and I also hate the feeling of wearing mascara, and it's definitely pricey. So for me, I'm on camera like every day, every other day, so it makes sense for me. But you know, it's definitely something that could be fun, like if you have a graduation or something, and if you're also like me and you literally, I hate false lashes. It feels like something is poking you, and people are like, oh, like it's uncomfortable at first, but then it goes away. I've even had them, like, I've had my makeup done professionally, and it still is uncomfortable. I don't understand how people do it. Like, honestly, good on James Charles and everyone else, and Matt, all the people I know that are just, or not even that I know, but just people in general that I always see wearing false lashes. I'm like, you are so strong. But okay, well, let's keep going. Let's see. Talk about your Enneagram type. What is this hand? I'm an INFP, which means I'm more introverted. Though, actually, out of all of the letters that stand for different things, you have a percentage that can go one way or the other, and I'm actually pretty close to almost being extroverted, which is surprising, because since I don't know, I'm like an extremist in a lot of ways, and I either go through like total isolation for like a month, and then I want to be social every day for a month. It's very odd. I don't know, or even like years of my life, I go through literal years where I want to be social, and then I don't. It's very odd. I'm not, yeah. I don't know. I need to work on that, but like, I don't know if that's the healthiest thing to do. The last one is essentially summing up how direct you are as a person, or assertive. I feel like assertive is a better word. And because I feel like direct can have a negative connotation sometimes, but assertive doesn't. And I just, yeah, I'm like 7% direct or assertive, and like 93%, is it perceiving is the other one? Essentially, I'm not a very direct person, which is absolutely my biggest fault as a person, and I recognize that. I never, ever address how I feel about situations, and I get really anxious until it's too late. And it has gotten me in so many stressful situations that didn't have to happen if I literally just said how I felt. Like, I'm so scared of offending people, or seeming pretentious, or holding any kind of power, which is odd. So I feel like I've been, you know, like, even, not even just like, I mean, even on a really personal note, you know, like, I've been in really inappropriate situations where I don't do anything because I can't say how I feel, and it's not very healthy. So it's something I'm definitely trying to work on, especially because it's an easy way to just, like, I'm a very anxious person that overthinks, as a lot of INFPs are as well, and I feel like, what what was I gonna say? Wow. It definitely does not help being a very anxious person to not say how you feel, because then you're, like, when you think people secretly hate you, like, fucking tell them, you know? Like, instead of being like, they hate me, my life is over, because that is the definition of my life. It's really bad. It's bad, but it's okay. It's really bad in relationships, too. I just, like, get really paranoid sometimes about how, like, the other person doesn't like me, and, that's also really bad, too. I'm just ranting, but okay. Anyways, I've never been a very direct person, but I, like, honestly have to be at this point in my life. Like, I'm 21, and it's put me in too many negative situations. Okay. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be a little more intense. How do you feel about the JK Rowling situation? I know that's less happy than this conversation. No, it's okay. Honestly, I think it's important to talk about, and also, I think it's important with any type of discourse that, like, we allow, first off, like, we don't tell trans people, the trans community, what they can and can't be offended by. You can have your own opinion, but you can't discredit them for what they are offended by, and you can't, that's not okay. But anyways, what was I saying? So I saw that it was, I don't know a lot about the book situation, honestly. I don't know much at all, but I do know a lot about her Twitter situation, where she was making some very odd tweets, and I just think, like, using even the phrase, like, woman who menstruate is just so fucking weird and like, okay, I'm a cis woman and I didn't menstruate for 5 years of my life. Does that mean I wasn't a woman? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I think it's a very weird term. It's purposefully excluding a community of people. Purposefully. Also for something dumb. Who the periods fucking suck. Like, and here's also where I stand. It's really difficult for me to just say bye to Harry Potter, because to be honest, if you watch my old videos, like Harry Potter was something that was really close to me, so, like, it's really difficult for me to just, like, completely dismiss it. But at the same time, like, when it comes to JK, I'm like, fine, Britney Spears wrote Harry Potter. Like, honestly, I never really had much of an attachment to her, / knew that much about her, so she can fuck off. No, I'm kidding. But, I don't know. I just, in my, like, even before stating what she said, the fact that she used, like, women who menstruate, she was purposefully trying to exclude people, and that's something that goes against my morals. I think it is done in a situation where she is trying to say that she is more of a woman because she menstruates, and that is completely invalid and will make other people that read that feel incredibly invalidated. So that's how I feel. Honestly, it's odd to me that she wrote Harry Potter, because if you think about it, I mean, it's a story about a kid that, you know, like, he fucking lives in, like, a closet underneath, like, the staircase, and it's definitely, like, a, you know, I don't know, you could see a story like that potentially helping a lot of queer kids, so, like, it's just so odd to me. I don't know. I don't know if she has that type of really disgusting, you know, opinion on women, like, and she really can't fucking change that. That's her issue, and that's disgusting. But even the fact that, like, she used her very, very, very big following to, like, say something so insanely destructive towards a whole community of people is just, like, that is harmful and that is damaging. Like, it's beyond just, like, oh, everyone's allowed to have an opinion. Like, that's a human right, in my opinion. Like, treating trans women as women It's just, like, that's just basic human rights, in my opinion. I don't know. I think not being transphobic should just be something everyone does, maybe. I don't know. It's not that fucking difficult, JK, but the fact that she just has this huge-ass platform, and I feel like a huge-ass platform of probably a lot of LGBTQ plus kids. So, that's how I feel. How does that feel for all of you? I hope no one cancels me for that. But anyways, I think everyone is fully in the right to be very offended, and, you know, personally, it's your decision if you want to still continue to support the franchise or not. But I think at this point, like, when it comes to her as a person, we should not support her. And I mean, the fact that she has such a big platform and she's saying stuff like that is honestly actually terrifying. So, but it is hard for me to just kind of be like, bye Harry Potter, because I was making like Harry Potter DIYs since I was 15 in my room, and like going to the midnight premieres. Like it was a part of me growing up. Like my dad would read the books to me when I was a kid, so it's you know, not easy for me, and I feel like that's, you know, anyways. Alright, it looks like everyone agrees. Thank you, guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, wait, this is a good question. Do you think you're gonna release holiday-themed music? I should. That would be fun. Okay, to be honest, like, to be really, really honest, the holidays are such a fucking awkward time of the year for me, because it's just, like, so overly commercialized as being Christmas, and, like, people love Christmas songs, and I just, like, never have celebrated Christmas because I'm Jewish, so I just, like, I guess I'm like, would it be weird if I sang a Christmas song? Because I don't celebrate Christmas. Like, I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And also, like, I don't even know what Christmas is like. Like, on Christmas Day, every single year, I go to the movie theaters and I get Chinese food. So, like, I don't even know what Christmas is. So I guess, like, it's just an awkward time of the year for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's, like, also, it was just, like, kind of uncomfortable because, like, as a kid, like, everyone would have off of school for Christmas and I wouldn't have off of school for Hanukkah, so, like, people would be like, oh, you know, I'm celebrating with my whole family for Christmas, and, like, my holiday that had family was already over. So just, like, a random thought, but that was always weird. I don't know, holidays make me feel uncomfortable, oddly enough. I love, like, hot cocoa and snowmen and, like, that type of holiday stuff, and obviously this isn't me being like, fuck people that celebrate Christmas, you get everything, but it's more of just like I literally didn't experience that, so, like, would it be awkward if I sang a Christmas song? Probably, maybe, I don't know. It's, like, so weird because everyone, like, wakes up on Christmas Day and they're posting about it, and I'm like, it's another fucking day for me. So, anyways, if anyone did not know, now you know. I am a Jewish woman. Okay, let's put that there. Even, like, when my parents do celebrate Hanukkah, like, they never gave me gifts all 8 nights. You know, they were just kind of like, we pay for your house, dude, so. The last time I got a Hanukkah gift was 2 years ago, and my dad got me a guitar. So, that was very nice. Thanks, Dad. But maybe, like, honestly, it was especially difficult for me when I lived alone in LA because, you know, all my friends were going home for Christmas, and I was like, well, Hanukkah's already over, so I guess I just go home to go home. But, I don't know, maybe it'll be nice because we're all in quarantine right now, and I'm stuck with my family, like, we'll actually be able to celebrate Hanukkah together for 8 days, you know, without, like, having work or school or me across the country. So this is a random rant. All right. Da 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 da. Sorry, that was a funny question. Sorry. I think this question is funny, so I'm answering it. First off, I'm not famous. I'm an F- level celebrity, but this is more of a question, I guess, like if anyone's new to my platform, is just wondering like who the heck I am, could be interesting to answer. So I started my content, basically I'm known from YouTube. That's actually where my largest following is. I have like 1.5 million on there, even though that's where I slack off the most, which is kind of weird. But I actually think it's because that's where I went, you know, like, grinded the hardest for a long time. But I actually hit 1 million subscribers before I ever posted any LGBTQ plus content or anything. And I was just kind of like known for doing fandom DIYs and like being open about dyeing my hair and like talking a little bit about mental health and being shy in school. I just did like kind of like little, because I was like 17, I feel like, when I grew the most of my following, just talking about like my high school experience, and also was a big fandom enthusiast. That was like a really big thing I was known for. And then I kind of feel like I've gotten a new audience since then, where from 3 things that I've done recently that have like really changed my content, but I'm obviously very vocal in the LGBTQ plus community. Since coming out, like, I really decided that was also something that I wanted to just like actually wanted to talk about, which honestly, like, I think it's totally every creator's right after they come out if they want to make LGBTQ plus content or not. For me, I wanted to, but there's nothing wrong with, you know. But anyways, that's I guess another reason people have found me, or content people see from me. And then also, this was only a year ago, but I kind of very publicly suffered from an eating disorder, and it was like a lot of my comments on my Instagram photos for like the longest time, and I almost like grew a following of some people that were just curious, or like honestly a lot of people that actually, it's really interesting because when I came out with my video where I was talking about like I addressed that I do suffer with an eating disorder and I'm working on recovering, I had a lot of people that were like, you know, I'm proud of you. I followed you, you know, a while ago because I used you as unhealthy inspiration, you know. So, that was kind of a way I got a following, and I decided, you know, to turn that around. And I don't really do this anymore, but I would like, you know, take the old photos that people were sharing everywhere, and I would be like, hey, you know, you might want to look like this, but this is how like disgusting I felt. And now I've kind of just moved on to really focusing on who I am right now, because I do want to, obviously, I feel like I talk more about body positivity overall versus, I guess, recovery and what I used to go through. I more talk about what I'm going through right now because I think it's important to acknowledge what has happened in the past, but it's also really important to not let that define you, and especially something like you know, I don't want my past mental illness to be something I'm constantly talking about. I think that's unhealthy. I think it's totally fine to talk about, you know, okay, where am I at now? Like, you know, so that's why I kind of talk about like, oh, this is the first time in my life I've had curves. This is interesting. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing with this, but I'm trying my best, sort of thing. So, or even like, you know, obviously when I gained weight really quickly, I got a lot of stretch marks. So instead of talking about, you know, what I used to look like, now I'm talking about, you know, embracing your stretch marks and loving that sort of thing. So that's kind of what happened there, I guess. But that's something I'm also a big part of and something I like to talk about. And then I guess the last thing is just, I kind of got into music on an accident, but I also released some alternative rock music, so that's fun because I've kind of been known on my platform for being a female electric guitarist, and I was like, well, I should make my own original stuff. So, more female electric guitarists, there we go. And that's where we're at now. So, follow me. His hair was so pretty. Who are you talking about? Sorry, everyone's talking about someone else's live stream and my live stream, and it's funny. Wait, so are you guys, like, all spilling the tea on this other person's live stream here? Or, like, his live stream just ended, and you're like, a lot of the people that follow this person might follow her, so, like, we're gonna talk about it. It's stressful to do my brows. Oh my god, I knew it was gonna be fucking late. I knew it was gonna be taking me forever to do this. Alright. Well. These comments. Yes, I know who Austin is. My comments are really funny. Listen, if you need to use my platform as a place to talk, you can talk about whatever you want. This is a very safe and inclusive towards alternative bands. Please. We love alternative bands here, so discuss what you need to. I support you. Okay, this eyebrow is not like, you know, I used to be good. I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I don't fill in my eyebrows, and I kind of like how they look better. Like, I kind of think they look better. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, I'm venting about absolutely nothing. Cool. Well, if anyone didn't come from the live stream, or from that live stream, explain what happened, including me. Okay. Wow, I like hold in my breath when I do my brows, and they're not even good. So much work. Can you let us know if you're potentially gonna get villain merch? Yes, so, it kind of like has been really last minute, so I haven't been able to like talk about it that much, because I'm like so scared it's not gonna be done in time, and I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna guarantee something that's not gonna be ready, you know what I'm saying? But, 95%, oh my god, sure, that villain merch will be available actually on jessiepaege.com, which I own the domain to. So that will be very exciting, and I might be hiding something in the music video that might be giving away free merch, but definitely, you know, if you like really want to be on top of that, could be helpful to bookmark jessiepaege.com, just saying, but yeah, could be helpful. But if you're new, hello, I set a countdown for my music video on my Instagram stories, and you all should click it. Click it. This Saturday, 7:30 EST. Be there. It's a date. Like, if you're a minor, it's not a date. That's uncomfortable. If you're a minor, it's a day of a music video. But it's go! Saturday! You're gonna wear it every day. Yay! Yeah, it's my first time doing merch outside of, like, Hot Topic, which is really cool. But I do still have Hot Topic merch, so, if anyone wants to, that you just shop online, hottopic.com/JessiePaege, and you can get that merch still. And I'm pretty sure you can still get the shirt that says, the one about, changing your hair all the time, which is my favorite. I hope they still have that one. You all should get it. It was a great shirt. It is a great shirt. Do they still have the self-care one? Because that one's super cute, too. Do you guys think about deleting Twitter all the time? I think about it, like, every day. I'm like, do I want Twitter or do I not? I don't know. Everyone's honestly really nice to me on there. I'm just, like, paranoid. And also, it's not even anything really in, like, regards to myself. It's more of just, like, I feel like it's so unhealthy seeing, you know, all of this negative, like, all of this fighting. I feel like there's so many fights, and it makes me sad. Like, I think, you know, sometimes, you know, arguments can be important, but, like, it's just, like, so much of Twitter where I'm like, where's the funny memes? Yeah, miss that. Did I do my brows well? I don't know. Do you guys, like the look of the, like, you know, where you have, like, the hairs? Do you guys like that? I don't know. What do you think? Twitter is my life. I'm so sorry. I just feel like I have, like, a negative view on the world when I am on Twitter too much. I don't know if that makes any sense. Alright, if we're doing one eyebrow like that, we should do both. It's cute. Yay! It's already 5 p.m. I wake up really late. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I, like, can't go to sleep early at all. Like, my whole entire timeline is, like, switched over, which never used to be me. Any person that knows me when I was living in LA knows I had a fucking, it was, like, a literal, like, it would stop me. I could not stay up until midnight on New Year's at a New Year's party, and I was considered so lame because I could only go to, like, no matter what time I went to sleep, I would always wake up early. So essentially, even if I tried to stay up late one day, I would be so tired the next day that it would eventually go back to, you know, me going to bed early and waking up early. So that was shit. Sorry, I'm talking about my eyeliner. That was not my best work. Oh, that was not my best work. I've done so much better. But anyways, I used to be able to be a superhuman. I remember, like, my friends would be like, oh my god, I tried the Jessie Paege routine for today, where they would, like, wake up really early. And, now I know why it was difficult for all of them to keep it, because I don't know what's happened to me. Like, I don't know what changed in my anatomy, but I can't at all. I cannot go to bed early, and I need to sleep in, like, 10 hours. It's actually insanely bizarre. I'm confused. I don't know what happened at all. Like, no matter what time I went to bed, I'd wake up early, so I always went to bed early, or else, like, I'd have to. I was exhausted. I don't know. Maybe I used to just, like, do more shit, so, like, I was more tired at the end of the day? I don't know. Like, I need a fucking year to recover from one time of going to Disney now, versus back in the day, I would, like, go there once. I used to go to Disney once a week. That was unhealthy. Obviously, we're in a pandemic, so I don't, but Disneyland at the time, because I was in California. God, why? I never have to redo my eyeliner. I'm mad. Ugh. I've been doing this since I was baby. Okay, let's see. It's 100% because I'm talking and I'm distracted. Okay, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. I hate this. I never have to do this. I hate the smudging, and then it gets into your foundation, and then you need to redo that, and then it's all over your beauty blender. I hate it. Oh, do you see this? I get very angry. Why? Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay, wow, that, like, makes me, it's like nails on a chalkboard for some odd reason. I don't know why. I, like, am uncomfortable. Like, physically uncomfortable. Okay. Cool. Oh my god, which, by the way, I was getting x-rays the other day at the dentist. This is such a random story, and, like, I guess I have a bad gag reflex, or it's a strong one. I don't know what you would say, but whenever she'd hold it in my mouth, like, if you have a gag reflex, it's not something that you're doing voluntarily. And she was like, don't move, and I was like yelling at me, and I was like, I literally can't control this. Like, I have a gag reflex. So that was stressful as well. I was like, I'm so sorry. I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. Next time I'm gonna have to leave live and do my eyeliner because it's not strong at all today. It looks horrible. I am upset. Wow. I'm disappointed in myself. I have not had to do that in months. Years, had to redo my eyeliner. I'm so good at it normally. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, no, it looks all weird and I hate this. I'm very weird about certain things. Clearly. Okay, wait, let's see. Okay. I'm just, like, disappointed in myself. You're beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Now I do my lip color and we're good. I don't even know what I'm getting ready for. Fucking same day every day. Ugh. This is my mental breakdown time of the day. Okay. Let's see. I like a very natural lip color. I like matte lip colors too, so I can eat food. Okay, let's see. Da 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 da. This is from Tarte. We love Tarte. If you don't know, I have a Pride palette with them. It's still online. Jessie Paege Pride palette with Tarte. Go support. Okay. Miss you, Tarte, if you're watching this. Miss the team. Hi, Lauren, if you're watching this. Alright. Yay. I think I like it a lot. It got somewhere. You know, the eyeliner, not my best work, but we're cool. Dry shampoo. Love this stuff. There we go. Be my dad. If you want a father figure, I can be that. Not in a weird sexual way, though. That's uncomfortable. So, you know how I had the daddy joke for a bit? It was a joke, and I was young and, like, really innocent, but didn't realize it's, like, a thing that is sexual, and, like, at a few meet and greets, there were people that were, like, into it, and I was like, oh, no, that's not what I mean. And it was like, listen, I support everyone and what they're into, but I was not prepared for it. Hello. Alright, and then I do this like texturizing spray. And then I just go like this and like bunch it up and make it all poofy and messy. Because I like my hair being messy, oddly enough. Like I think my hair looks better messy than when it's brushed out. It's like I leave a little, I make it very messy and then slightly less messy. Okay. There we go. And that is how you make your hair thick with 3 C's. See? She's thick. I have fine hair and you would not even believe it. Okay, I'm gonna go. You look seen. I feel like it's like the dark angle or just like me in general. I don't know. I feel like I always look seen to an extent, you know? Like even with blonde hair, it still shines. I don't like that eyeliner. It's okay. The eyeliner's fine. Okay. I shall go follow Fender on Instagram. If we're really promoting some good content, let's be honest, he's the best fucking quarantine content. I work so hard on his Instagram. That's my cat. Go fucking follow my cat. What are you doing if you don't